Hi and welcome to the New Land Summit for land buyers and home builders in the Moreton Bay Region. I'm Patrick Woodcraft, Southeast Queensland's home building specialist, and it's my honour to be your host and your guide on this rewarding and exciting journey of buying land to build your new home. I'm so glad you're here. I promise it will be absolutely worth your while. Now, before we dive into the interviews with the land developers, I thought it would be valuable for you to get some answers to some of the most common questions that I get asked every day to put this whole process into context for you. Buying land to building a new home, I mean, it's no joke, right? For most people, it's the single largest investment you will make in your life. And my mission is to give you accurate information you need right up front so you're empowered to avoid the costly mistakes and nasty surprises down the track. There's a lot of confusion out there. Confusion is the enemy of execution. So allow me to give you a quick overview of how this whole thing works so you can progress directly to the best land for your dream home. What I share in the next few minutes might just turn out to be the most valuable thing you learn all year. Big claim, here's how it works. There's 3 projects you need to push forward simultaneously to realize your dream of owning a brand new home. First is the land, usually from a land developer. Second is construction, usually with a project builder. And the third is the money, usually through a mortgage broker or a lending specialist. Think of it as a triangle, right? You need to manage all 3 points for your dream to come true. Land, construction, money. They're your 3 points. Now, there's a number of critical decisions you have to make at every stage. It's simple if you have smart selection criteria that you can use to make the best possible choices. Most people mess this up completely because they don't have a framework or a proven system for making good decisions. I'm going to give you that proven system right now. If you follow these simple guidelines, you're well on your way to barbecues and pool parties and dinner parties in your dream home. However, missing even just one of these steps could spell absolute disaster for your hopes and dreams. So listen up, you ready? Okay, here we go. First is the land. Choosing land is so important. I'm producing a whole summit on it for you. So I'm not going to say any more about that in this video other than watch all the interviews, learn from the best and the most active land developers in the region so you can be sure you're investing into the right community for your new home and everything you hope and dream it will be. So let's go to our second point, or your second project, choosing the right builder. Most people get this completely wrong, but not you, because you're about to discover the secret to choosing the right builder. The truth is there's only 3 things you need from a builder. 3 things are a brand you can trust, a design you love, and a competent, professional new home advisor who knows what they're doing. You need all 3 or it's no deal, right? So from now on, this is your builder selection criteria. A brand you can trust, a design you love, and a new home advisor who knows what they're doing. You with me? Okay, let's dive in a bit deeper to each of these 3 criteria. First is a brand you can trust. Now, let me give you an example. Metricon would be a good example of a brand you can trust. Think about this. 45-year history of building quality homes, not some fly-by-night company you've never heard of. Award-winning masters of design. You know, every home has been refined over years and built hundreds, if not thousands of times. So we know that it will work for you. Metricon provide a 6-stage quality assurance process, not the industry standard 4 checks. They provide a lifetime structural guarantee over and above the industry standard of just 6 years. They do fixed price contracts, not the thing that's become all too common, which is called a cost plus contract. You do not want that. They give you guaranteed build times in writing, not the old, oh, it'll take as long as it takes story. Thousands of happy customers, 5-star product reviews. You know, they're the kind of things that you should be looking for from a brand you can trust. The second thing is, in a builder, is a design that you love. Now let me tell you, there is never a good reason for you to compromise on design. This is your home after all. First of all, design really needs to suit your lifestyle. There's got to be enough space and all the right rooms to accommodate your family and your guests. The space needs to be functional. It should be beautifully thought out and designed. Be wary of custom design homes that have never been built before. It can seem like a lovely romantic notion. Oh, we're getting a custom built home. But things don't always work as well in the real world as they do on paper. And often people don't realize the errors in the design until they move in, and then of course it's too late to do anything about it. You want a design that's been built hundreds of times and proven itself over many years. Next, the design has to suit the land, not just fit on the block, but really suit it. You need to think about where's the view, where's the breeze, where will the sun be in the winter. You need to allow for natural terrain, cut and fill, retaining walls. There's acoustics, bushfire ratings, flood zones, wind ratings, proximity to salt water, council and state government overlays, and 101 other factors to consider. And on top of all that, the design has to fit within your budget. However large or small that might be. It's no good picking a stunning design that's beyond what you can afford, right? There's so much complexity, and this is why a competent new home advisor is absolutely worth their weight in gold. Which brings me to the third point, which is a competent new home advisor who knows what they're doing, right? The best new home advisors gather accurate information right up front, so there's no nasty surprises down the track. First of all, as a new home advisor, what I would do is go through a thorough initial due diligence on your site from the available data to identify and assess if there are any potential issues, important considerations or red flags from a build perspective. Next, I cover all the factors that influence design. Does it fulfill your lifestyle needs? Does the design suit your land? And of course, can it realistically be built within your budget? Finally, as a new home advisor, I've got to have meticulous attention to detail to be able to submit good, clean paperwork into head office. As the old saying goes, garbage in, garbage out, right? So ultimately, your new home advisor, it needs to be someone you don't hate, right? If you can't stand the sound of their voice or they don't give you the time of day, it's probably not a good start, right? You want someone who listens and understands your needs, but also someone who can tell you the truth even when maybe you don't want to hear it, right? As a new home advisor for the #1 builder in the country, I work with my clients to help them select the right design for their new home, carefully considering their land, their lifestyle and family needs, and of course their budget. It's my personal mission to save you time, save you money, and help you own the home you love sooner without having to go through the headaches and drama that can be associated with building a new home. So that's how you pick your builder. A brand you can trust, a design you love, and a competent, professional new home advisor who knows what they're doing. Remember, you want all three or it's no deal, right? Oh, and one more thing on picking a builder, and this is probably the most costly mistake of all. Did you notice that price is not one of the 3 things on your selection criteria list? That's because shopping on price, trying to compare price between builders, it trips a lot of people up. Let me explain. Don't think I'm saying price isn't important. Of course, price is critically important. You have to know exactly what you're going to pay and understand exactly what you're getting in return. However, comparing price is a terrible way to pick a builder. Think about this. All the builders, all the project builders, have got the same suppliers. They've got the same costs. They compete in the same market. They've got the same margins. No builder could possibly survive very long by being overpriced because they wouldn't get any clients, right? Likewise, no builder could survive very long by being cheaper than the market because they couldn't pay their bills, right? Now, the only exception to that, of course, is a builder who's making a cash grab because they know they're going out of business and they're never going to build your house anyway, right? So the old rule applies. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. The building industry is highly regulated, it's strictly enforced, and you will get exactly what you pay for. If you're comparing quotes and one's cheaper than the other, rest assured, they're offering less than the other. And the one that's more expensive, you're gonna get more from them. They're offering you more. Make sense? Now, I admit this can be very difficult to spot, even for a trained professional. However, rest assured, you will always get exactly what you pay for and not a single toothpick more, right? So don't get distracted by the promotions and the marketings and all the gimmick, right? Oh, free pool, free aircon, free luxury upgrades. I mean, you're smart enough to know there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? If they're offering something for free, they've built the cost of that thing into the price somewhere else. Now, you don't need to try and figure all that out. Most people couldn't figure it out even if they tried. You just need to know that you're going to get what you pay for. In terms of how much you're going to pay, you are 100% in control of the cost by controlling the home size and how nice the stuff is inside. Every square meter you add to the home, as it gets bigger, price goes up. Likewise, the nicer stuff you choose to put into your home, you've got to pay for it, so the price is going to go up. You found your dream home, but it's outside your budget. You need to either make it smaller or reduce the inclusions, cross some things out, right? A little tip on that one, if you do need to cross some things out or cut some things out to get your project back on budget, look for things that are easy to upgrade later. For example, say you want high ceilings and stone bench tops, but you can't afford both. Get the high ceilings because it's near impossible to do later. Stone bench tops, easy. You come back a couple of years down the track, change out your bench tops. Make sense? Remember, if you forget everything else, just remember this, you'll get what you pay for, right? So focus on finding a brand you can trust, a design you love, and a competent, professional new home advisor who knows what they're doing. If you get those three right, the price will take care of itself. Okay, so that's your land and your builder. Now, the third project you need to manage is the bank and the money, right, in your triangle. I've left this one to last to give it context. However, in your process, it really needs to come first. You need to know how much you've got to spend on land and money, right? The key to success here is your lending specialist. Unless you're paying cash, but assuming you're like 95% of the population who need a mortgage to buy their new home, a good lending specialist is an absolute gem to treasure. Now, 20 years ago, you could have dealt directly with your bank, fine. 10 years ago, a broker was definitely the smarter choice. Now, you'd have to be crazy to go straight to your bank without seeing a broker first. Listen, you have to have a broker or you're not going to get the best deal, period. Regardless of what your bank says, that's the facts. It's as simple as that. In fact, most banks nowadays actually prefer you to come through a qualified mortgage broker than coming to them directly, and they offer significant incentives for people who come through a broker. Now, a good broker knows the lending policies for dozens of banks. They can look at your overall situation, income, assets, deposit, debt, credit score, all of that, and recommend the best lender for your specific situation. The best part is that a good lending specialist will actually save you time and get you the best deal without costing you any more money. One more thing on lending specialist. You need someone who's experienced with construction loans. Now, construction loans are very different to a simple mortgage for an old house. For starters, the house and land are separate contracts from separate vendors. You get your developer for your land and then you get your builder for your house. And then there's progress payments for your build. With a mortgage, it's typically one payment to one vendor and it's all over. Not all brokers want to deal with construction loans. It's more work for them. Now, over the years, I have come across a number of excellent lending specialists who specialize in premium residential construction loans for people in all kinds of situations. So let me know if you'd like an introduction to one of my guys. I'll be happy to hook you up as I know how important this step is. Okay, I think that's it. That was a lot. Whew. Excuse me. Let's have a review. What have we covered? There are 3 projects you need to push forward simultaneously to realize your dream of owning a brand new home. You need the land, usually from a land developer. You need your construction, usually with a project builder, and the money, right? Usually through a mortgage broker, not directly with your bank. These 3 points make up your triangle of awesomeness, right? Remember, you need all 3 points working and you need to manage all 3 of those projects for your dream to come true. Choosing land is what this summit is all about. Choosing a builder, remember you're looking for a brand you can trust. What is it? A design you love and a competent new home professional advisor who knows what they're doing. Remember, you'll get what you pay for. The price will take care of itself if you get those 3 right. You with me? Finally, you need a qualified lending specialist who's experienced with construction loans. There it is. That's it. That is your triangle of awesomeness, I'm calling that. Now, if you're not already there, go to patrickwoodcraft.com/NLS. NLS stands for New Land Summit. When you get to my website, you're going to get free, unlimited access to all of the interviews with the land developers as they're released. So it's patrickwoodcraft.com/NLS. Now, let's get on with the show. Let's get into the interviews. See you soon.